A tangled mess of knots I confess, but the intent was there. I swear he set our sights on something that we thought was true. So now we sit and stare across a surface spanning the whole state. 2 feet between and miles apart. No words to speak, and here all we can see, we haven't got a clue. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart, there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. Each word a world all of its own, each star rendered only in groans. The syntax skips semantic slips, and what we're left are growing cleft of language, lost tokens unknown. And then I guess we slipped right through and lost our meaning on the way. We ended up a tiny piece of every heart, of every part, of every story, of every grave. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. A tangled mess of knots I confess, but the intent was there. I swear we set our sights on something that we thought was true. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. And it falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. If there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart, there's not a heart to have. Go. When you had the answer and you were there alone, you left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. Give it up, give it up, give it away. While you were barely aware, you let that day cut off so much hardly remain. While you knew that there was still a way. This is your only plan. Oh, now this is your only. Now this is your only plan. Oh, now this is yours. Force it to yield, you forge it to the lines. You let your callous be your shield, and everyone will say that it all was finished years ago, but you will stay, and you won't ever let it go. When you had the answer and you were there alone, you left the door unopened when you knew that you would want more. Then again, you found faster, dear. It's like we're moving backwards in your rearview mirror. The road eaten up by the snow, eaten up. I can feel, I know you feel it too. A little flicker on the path we steer of subtle flashing lights. We'll go faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time, it goes faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time, it goes faster and faster. Faster, dear. The road is still moving backwards. Now it looks so clear. The snow eaten up by the road, eaten up by. I can still recall the twists and turns, but it feels so straight ahead, a little farther till the end. We'll go faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time it goes faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. This time my mind, we're not there yet. This time it goes faster and faster. This time my mind, it won't forget. find me anyway. You'll find me anyway. Well, I've been waiting for all these years just to see you come back home. But each step that you took towards her, well, you took each one alone. And every time you said, my God, how is it up there on that phone? Well, I've been waiting on your feet just to hear you say that I'm not needed. I said I was an honest man. You said I wasn't at all, but I wanted it. Well, I think you're just afraid of the fall, but you won't be there at all. No, you won't be there at all. My God, I hope you're falling apart. My God, I hope you're falling into you. My God, I hope you're falling apart. It's gonna be the start of what you are. Well, I remember when you said that you hate everything I do. You didn't have a reason, then wish I'd given one to you. And then you would say, oh my God, I couldn't know what you've been through. Well, I've been waiting on your feet just to hear you say that I'm not needed. I said I was an honest man. You said I wasn't at all, but I wanted it. Well, I think you're just afraid of the fall, but you won't be there at all. You won't be there at all. My God, I hope you're falling apart. My God, I hope you're falling into you. My God, I hope you're falling apart. It's gonna be the start of what you are. I said I was an honest man. You said I wasn't at all, but I wanted it. Well, I think you're just afraid of the fall, but you won't be there at all. You won't be there and oh my God, I hope you're falling apart. My God, I hope you're falling into you. My God, I hope you're falling apart. It's gonna be the start of what you will. My God, I hope you're falling apart. My God, I hope you're falling into you. My God, I hope you're falling apart. It's gonna be the start of what you are. It's been a while, I've been out on my own. I get a little anxious when you call me on the phone. Somebody said that it fades away, but in the interim it was hard to see that way. It's been a while, I've been out on my own. I'm in denial about living life alone.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 6 of Zealous Racing League's Galaxy Tour. My name is Shim. I'm going to be your host for tonight. Like always, it's a pleasure to bring you the final round of Season 15 tonight at a track that us ZRL fans are all very, very familiar with. The beautiful South African Kyalami. It's going to be a fun race tonight. It's going to be a tricky race at that. Already seeing some drivers attempting to get some good laps in, having some issues out on track, but it's going to be a long race tonight. So, yes, our drivers might have some issues, but it's really not over until it's over tonight with a 75-minute race. There's no mandatory pit stops, but most people will find that they need to take a pit stop for fuel at least throughout this race. Some people might opt for those tires as well. I can imagine most people will try to run a pit stop today. There may be some people who don't, and that'll be an interesting strategy. Those people who decide to not make a pit stop. But with how long the race is, it's really up to anyone. It really could be anyone's game tonight, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. All right. So one thing I did want to share. Let me try and get there it is, a blank screen capture there. I just wanted to show everyone the current league standings. Currently, Christopher Larson in our Pro Division leads. He's got a pretty hefty lead, and unless something major happens tonight, I don't think anything will move him from our top spot in our Pro Division. Jonathan Clifford, though, and Skylar Loverink with double points tonight. Anyone could get this second place spot. It could easily flip-flop with only 11 points between them. That double points for this last race really could make or break right here. It's got less than a 1%, a 1 liter margin on fuel to make it without stopping. A 1 liter margin to make it without stopping. That is insane. It's absolutely insane. That's from Christopher Larson, our lead driver in the Pro League. But behind our 3 lead drivers here, we've got Christian Dubé, Lacoste, Mosley, Pallord, Wolf, Reed, Sinors, Easton, who's here tonight, JP Belanger, and Eric Lloyd. It's going to be really interesting in our gold division to see who comes out on top. But even more interesting, I think, is our semi-pro division. Get me to watch the last few laps. Yeah, you might have to pay me off to make me put it on Larson for the last few laps. But what I mean here is that right now in our division, or in our semi-pro division, Nicholson and Gordon are both out tonight. So Rodman if he can have a good race today and maintain some really solid points in the championship standings, he's going to be in a great position to win the silver division. He's got 218 points. He's got a great lead ahead of Sean Collis in 4th place. If he can maintain a solid position, especially when compared to Collis, he's going to have no problem taking away a division win, silver division win for our good friend Dale Rodman Jr. the third. Don't want to freak him out, but this could be his night. Behind him, though, we've got Sean Collis, Matt Lung, we've got Carl Maurer, Collins, Glenn Pinio here, Carlos Flores, Patrick DeBow, Christian Landry, and then Bartlett isn't able to make it. A few of these other drivers have dropped out. But should be an interesting race here with some of these middle positions. Flores has been on fire the last few races, and if he can manage to not get any penalties tonight, it could be a good final race for him. He could gain quite a few positions if he can stay high in the semi-pro division. He could easily, I think, get up to maybe seventh place. 7th place in the standings. He did miss that one race, had a few stinkers in there, but I think 7th place is still. I think 7th place is still within his grasp. Last but not least, let's look at the rookie division. Augustine Detmeyer is absolutely smashing the division. He's had a really great season. Looks like he should have. He looks like he should win it. But what will make it more interesting is what comes behind. We've had some insanely good consistency from Adam Lynch in the last few races. He's only 5 points behind Louis Sands. I've heard that the rookie division tonight is really close in terms of pace. So anyone here, Sands and Martin Mugarian tied for points. Shane Swearingen not too far behind. Dustin Reed really isn't that far behind either. Anyone there could be moving up into the podium points. We've got a lot of fluctuation that could be happening there. But Harrison Hirth is in the mix there too. He missed one night, but that's okay. He's got 99 points. Looking at Andy Barwick here, 92 points. Could be some battles between those two. Overall, some really close battles in our rookie class. It'll be interesting to see how everything pans out at the end of today's race. Going back to the gain scene, we've got a message, bold prediction. Everyone is underestimating the concerns of tires. The potential of high temperature will make it more likely for tires to go bad if not managed well. Looking at the tire temperatures right now, or track temperatures, looks 21-21. That's not too bad. And, he is right, but I think these tires can take a lot more beating. If we keep 21-21, I don't think tires are going to be that big of an issue. Plus, it's only 5 extra seconds to get tires. I believe they've, or actually, I don't know if they've done that now, but I don't know if they've set the limit for getting fuel to 25 seconds. They may not. I don't actually know the answer to that question. It's possible you could do a splash and dash and not get tires, and you have a significantly shorter pit stop. Usually, what we do in our refueling races is refueling is 25 seconds, and tires is an extra 5 seconds on top of that, would be 30 seconds. I'm not sure if they have that 25-second pit for fuel right now. So if it is 25 seconds for fuel, I think a lot of people will opt for the 5 seconds to get the tires. I think if it's not, though, you're going to see a lot of people trying to stay out on those tires and try to make them go until the end. It's not impossible to manage your tires and create a setup that is easier on the tires, but we'll have to see how much that impacts pace. I would imagine that if anyone's done that, it's probably Christopher Larson in the pro division, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. The thing with ACC as of right now too, though, a lot of the pro esports setups, they run insane camber and insane toe levels because it doesn't have a detriment to grip, and it helps for turn-in response, helps for cornering speeds, all of that. You don't lose a lot of control of the car either. So you'll see people running pretty high camber levels in the pro esports setups. So if you're getting a setup from let's say Go Setups or something like that, chances are you're probably going to be having some fairly high camber levels. But as for longer races, for endurance races, that's where that you're going to have to tone back on some of that, because what it does is it still chews up the tires, right? Yes, it gives you pace, and for a 45-minute race, you're not going to see too much crazy degradation for a 45-minute race when it comes to running those extreme those extreme cambers. Even an hour-long race, you can do just fine with some extreme cambers. But with longer races, 75 minutes is a longer race. You're going to see drivers, or some drivers would tone back on that a bit to increase tire performance over a stint. Sure, you might lose a few seconds per lap when you consider like overall pace, when you consider single lap pace, I mean, but when you consider overall pace and how much the tires will drop off, um, you know, it's possible that, um, it's possible that toning back on those levels is going to provide a faster car overall. 75 minutes though, I mean, it's tough to see if that's going to actually matter. Um, Yeah, I know I've run for an hour and a half, I think, on some tires in this game. So, um, can be done. Can be done. Just waiting for a few more cars out on track. Got, looks like 19 drivers in the server right now. But I know that there was up to 21 drivers in the server, so I think it's just a matter of time before we just get every car back in here. Free practice is over. Flores is heading back to the pits. All right. I think who's out on track? Patrick DeBow. We'll watch DeBow here. Come on in. Apologies if you can hear my dog in the background too. My wife just got home, so he's being a ninny. And qualifying has started. 10 minutes of qualifying for our drivers. Let's head to the lead car. It's going to be Jonathan Clifford to get a good view of the track. Now, I've told this to some drivers before, but I think Kyalami is an underrated track when you consider, I think, the world of motorsport. I think ACC has done a lot to bring Kyalami to, I don't maybe want to say the forefront, but yeah, maybe the forefront of to the forefront of motorsport. There used to be a lot of history at this track with Formula One, but in recent years, I just feel like it hasn't gotten nearly as much love. But there's so much excellent racing that can happen at this track, and I think this is a great rendition of the track as well. It's so flowing, but also so good for close racing. So let's head into the cockpit of this Lamborghini and watch Jonathan Clifford on his first flying lap. As you come down the start-finish straight, you got a kink. You want to stay close to the right-hand side, though. Braking at the 100. Hugging for a later apex there. On the power early. Tapping that inside curb there in turn 3. Into turn 4 and 5. You want to swing it as wide as you can there. Utilizing all the track. That's a tricky little section of the track to get right into Sunset. Just want to coast through Sunset here on the power as early as you can. You can dip your toes into the curbing. heading towards the S's now through the clubhouse turn. Now we enter into the exits as S's. I'm sorry. You see the curbing on the right. That's your kind of turn-in zone. You can do a little tap of the brakes to help rotate the cars. You come up to the spoon here at the top of the hill. Tricky little braking zone. Easy to get it wrong as you come now down the mine shaft. Utilizing all the track here, coming in, cutting the corner, coming all the way to the left, and swinging into Crocodiles. A lot of possible lines through Crocodiles, now coming through Cheetah. Just a little coast through Cheetah. Ooh, really dicey for Jonathan Clifford there, coming into the final corner. It's a really tricky little final corner there. Can lose a lot of time. Coming across the line, he will set our first lap. Benlanger behind him, just slightly slower. Larson now fastest lap. Loverink is in there as well. Loverink will be setting a lap here in just a moment. Right now, he has set the fastest lap of our sessions. With I believe it was a 140.2. He now comes down the hill. Landry, fastest of our semi-pro drivers. Rodman right behind him. Collis, Dubois, and Lung. Detmeyer, fastest semi-pro, or sorry, rookie. Swearingen right behind him. Lung sets a fast lap. Coming across the line in the Honda, Loverink. Looks like that may have been his out lap. Still hasn't been able to set a clean fast lap. That would have been the fastest lap though. Jonathan Clifford with the new fastest lap of the qualifying session. Larson right behind now. He sets a 140.485. That's the fastest lap in qualifying so far. Landry still leads the semi-pro class. Larson right behind. He's going to scuff that lap to allow Larson to go through. Carl Maurer coming through to Cheetah. And that'll set him up into P5, I believe that is, but right ahead of Patrick Dubois. Got a few of our semi-pro drivers still sitting down. Have been able to set a fast lap, but may have had to scuff it due to some traffic or whatever it might be. Flores is going to have to watch out. Larson is right behind him. Loverink. Final turn here now. Is he going to get a lap in? Let's see. And that will be the fastest lap. 1/10 of a second faster than Christopher Larson. Flores now coming through Cheetah. And that'll put Flores into P2 in the class. That's the lap he was looking for there. Easton, the odd pro driver out, just a little bit slower than Landry on the qualifying lap, trying to muscle his way past in the Mercedes AMG. Larson's last lap was a 41.4. Not good enough. Ooh, and I don't know if Easton's going to get it there. Might have been an off track there. Nope, that is good enough. Sets the same exact time as Dubé, a 1:41.250. Exactly the same time as Dubé. Loverink with a new fastest lap of the race. That's 4/10 faster. Fastest lap we've seen so far today out on track. Larson now coming through Cheetah. Final turn here, looking to get some time. Is he going to do it? It's not enough. And I don't think he has time to set another lap because qualifying there's only a minute and 10 seconds left. Jonathan Clifford out on track now, coming down the mine shaft. Another car looks to be off the track up above him there. .30 seconds left. Clifford may have two more opportunities. Although that Crocodiles didn't look nearly as good as others. Let's see how he fares. Not too great of a lap there. Easton's in the picks. Dubé is still out there running laps. He's coming across the line. This will be his final lap, along with Belanger, I believe that is behind him. Actually, that's Dustin Reed, and he won't improve his time. Dustin Reed now sits on top of the semi-pro category, or sorry, the rookie category with that lap. That is an awesome lap from Reed. Augustine Detmeyer looking to respond currently through the S's. Not a lot of time between our rookie drivers right now in terms of pace. We've got a 43.3 to a 40, well, our slowest lap is a 46.9, but from Detmeyer, from Reed really, to Louis Sands, it's only about a second and a half, so close between our rookie drivers tonight. And that'll end our practice session there. Or sorry, our qualifying session there. Augustine Detmeyer, I think for the first time this season, is not on pole, other than for our reverse grid race, not on pole for the rookie class. Dustin Reed just ekes out ahead of him. All right, folks, so let's take a look at all of our drivers here and give you the rundown of our starting order for tonight's race. Skylar Loverink leads our pro division with a 40, almost a 40 flat, a 140 flat for pace out there on track. He's going to be a tough car to beat tonight. Christopher Larson in P2. In P3, we've got Jonathan Clifford, JP Belanger, Dubé, and Easton rounding out our pro category. Christian Landry leads our semi-pro category in the Ferrari, with Patrick DeBow behind, Carlos Flores, Matt Lung, Carl Maurer, Dale Rodman Jr. III, Sean Collis, and moving into our rookies, Dustin Reed, Augustine Detmeyer, Shane Swearingen, Martin Mugarian, Louis Sands, Adam Lynch, and last but definitely not least, Glenn Pino starting at the back of the pack in the semi-pro category. Well, there you have it, folks. A minute and a half for our drivers to get their setups ready for this 75-minute race. It's going to be a slog, and I'm not going to lie, I might be taking a break or two in the middle of this race just to be able to get some water myself, but should be a fun one to cast tonight. And if you like what you're seeing and you're interested in joining ZRL in the future, now is the best time to join our Discord. There's a link on the homepage of our YouTube channel that you can get to our Discord through. That's where you're going to find the most up-to-date information on all of our Zealous Racing League leagues and any special events. I can tell you right now, if you're a fan of IndyCar, right now is a really good time to join ZRL because we got something brewing, something in the works right now when it comes to IndyCar that might be on the horizon shortly. And also, if you're looking to get in on season 16, the best place to find out when the season will start, well, that's going to be on the Discord. So be sure to join it if you're interested in racing with us, and yeah, hope to see you guys there. All right, Loverink leading our group. Loverink leading our group of drivers out on the formation lap. Now it's, I think I used the word serendipitous that today I was doing some racing of my own on LFM, and in the M2 Cup cars, Kyalami is the track that we are all using, or it's the track for this week for ACC LFM for the M2 Cup cars. And so it gave me, I think, a good perspective. Obviously, those M2 Cup cars, very different to the, very different. And interestingly enough, Dubé went back to the pits. Interesting. It must have been a big mistake from him. That'll move him to the back of the pack after qualifying so well too. I just find that surprising. Must have just been a mistake. But obviously those M2 Cup cars react very differently compared to these GT3 cars. And they're a bit of a different beast to drive, but did give me an appreciation for some parts of the track that I hadn't really felt before. And I definitely, a computer glitch for Debo, that's disappointing. Actually, I'm curious, does he have high ping? Doesn't look like he has high ping. Just a computer glitch, I guess. Yeah, that's disappointing. Anyway, though, gave me an appreciation for different parts of this track. One of those specifically is in the S. We'll get to that when we see the drivers get there later on in the race. Drivers are now 2x2, or working to get 2x2 here. Larson jockeying with Loverink here. For position. All right. Lining up side by side here. Here they go. Let's head to camera 2 as they start the race. And we are green for 75 minutes here at Kyalami. Final round of season 15 for the Galaxy Tour as they come down to turn 1. Cars going 3 wide at points behind these drivers, 3 wide. Any major issues yet? Ooh, and we got Dubé around. That's Carlos Flores getting into a tussle with Dubé there. Any other incidents in the track there? Doesn't look like it. Looks like there was just that little bit of contact there between Flores and Dubé. Dubé now falls back to P8. Gonna have to make up those places, but like I said, it is a long race. Plenty of time to get those positions back. Loverink leads the pack still. Going to our gaps here. Already pulls a second on Larson behind. Ooh, apologies there. You heard that almost gunshot, right? I've been getting that quite a bit recently. That's like a personal, issue that's going on with my computer here. So apologies for that. Gave me a startle, I know. Clifford hanging on well. Belanger holding on well. Sean Collis now leads the semi-pro category with Landry right behind. Maurer falls back along with Lung. Maurer and Lung. Ooh, there looks to be a huge accident back there. That's going to be something we'll want to go back to. Obviously, a little bit of carnage there at the front, but let's go back and see what happened with Lung and Maurer here. As we come down the hill into the mine shaft. Maurer on the brakes heavy. Lung, just accidentally outbrakes himself there, loses the car, and there is contact. Super unfortunate. You hate to see that, but it looks like they're back up and ready to go. Huge winner tonight, though. Dustin Reed's gained some positions, got Dale Rodman right behind. Rodman will make that place up and move ahead into P4. He's got to make sure that Sean Collis doesn't stay ahead of him for too long there, because Sean Collis is the closest person in the standings to him. He's going to want to make up some positions as quickly as he possibly can, or possibly just manage his race better. Loverink's already pulled 2 seconds on Larson behind. JP Belanger now breathing down the neck of Jonathan Clifford as they head down the mine shaft, looking for an opportunity. No opportunity going to be made there. Right behind Sean Collis, and that is Christian Landry going side by side into Crocodiles. Sean Collis will take that inside line, cut off the apex, and don't want to go too wide into Cheetah, because that will be the end of both of your races. Keep it nice and clean there. Given these lap times, I could see Christopher Larson and Jonathan Clifford looking to do a no-stop race today. Flores now looking for that opportunity. Landry makes a mistake. Flores moves ahead. Dubé has to get out of the way. As Dubé and Flores go side by side into sunset. Flores with the outside line. Dubé comes in hot, but Flores holding that inside line has to respect his space there. And now Landry moving right up behind. This is good for Rodman because it's allowing him to get back into things. Maurer and Lung having contact again back here. as they duke it out with DeBow. Looks like there's a lot of damage on Long's car there. Pinio moves ahead of Martin Mugarian there into the spoon. Going back to Christian Dubé. Still battling with Landry and Flores. Not really his battle, but I know Flores is thinking, well, Dubé is great to have between me and Landry behind. It just gives me that extra buffer I need in order to just run my own race here. Now, I think I know what Larson might be doing here with Jonathan Clifford. They're 2 seconds back on pace to Loverink. They have to be trying to do some fuel saving here because they want to try and go as long as they can into the race. Now, that's okay. Maybe they've figured out that they can maybe not push for a few laps, save some fuel, do a lot of lifting and coasting, maybe earlier in the race, and that'll just give them more breathing room later in the race when it comes to fuel economy. A little bit of a train here forming. Easton right in the mix there as well. These are 4 podium positions here. Larson leading the way, Clifford, Belanger, Easton right behind. Now these guys are pulling quite a good gap on the drivers behind. They're still sitting, looks like almost 7 seconds ahead of Sean Collis, who is the leader of that semi-pro category. And things look to be fluctuating, but that should be closer to 7 seconds there. And interestingly enough, Dustin Reed now has lost some time on Shane Swearingen behind. Dustin Reed gained a lot of positions on at the start of this race, and like I said, yeah, gained a lot of positions at the start of this race. Now it seems that the other rookie drivers are catching up to him. And Dustin Reed's the number 5, doesn't seem to be any accidents, just running his race, and now he sees Swearingen in the rearview mirror there. Gonna have to be a little bit worried that Swearingen might try and make a move. Patrick DeBow into the pits, but I think that's just a mistake. Maybe that's because he started in the pits. Back to Landry and Dubé. Ooh, and Landry goes really hot into the S's there. Now, interestingly enough, Dubé is going to get a much better launch there going a little narrower because there's a little dip where your car can kind of sink into, and it almost seems like it's a ramp to get your car up the hill if you stay more on the inside line when you're coming up through that second part of the S's. Glenn Pinio, Augustine Detmeyer, and Louis Sands here looking to make some moves. Into Crocodiles they go. Sands leading this pack here in the Ford Mustang. Detmeyer just has not been able to make a move. You know, there are passing opportunities at this track, but I never said that there were easy passing opportunities if you don't make good exits to the turn before, especially down the start-finish straight. You really got to line yourself up correctly. Actually, where I find I can make more of my moves is on the exit of turn 1 into turn 3 and 4. I actually find that I can make more moves in that area, and it looks like Augustine Detmeyer is looking on the inside, looking to make a move. Little bit of contact between DeBow and Pinio there, just a little bit of rubbing there, not too bad. Nobody was really harmed by that right there, so just a little bit of a bump there. And Detmeyer's attack was thwarted there by Louis Sands. Now on the inside, Detmeyer looking again on Louis as they come towards the S's, and again, just the power of that Ford Mustang really showing what it can do. And still battling Patrick DeBow now side by side with Detmeyer. Moved ahead of Pinio as well. Pinio now has Matt Lung behind him. String of 5 cars coming down towards Crocodiles through the mine shaft. Matt Lung on the inside of Pinio will make the move. Matt Lung moves up one more position. And Louis Sands drops back. Augustine Detmeyer will take it. With that little scuffle they had there, DeBow really makes out the winner there. Detmeyer gets a position as well. Lung moves up one more position. Tries for an inside line. It looks like that's not going to work, though. Pinio, the biggest loser in that exchange. Christian Landry. Detmeyer moving back. Looks like a mistake. Side by side with Glenn Pinio. He's going to have to be on the brakes a little bit there as Louis Sands goes offline. Back to Landry and Dubé battling it out here. 6 laps in, looks like Larson and Clifford still 2 seconds back in terms of lap time. Now 1 second back in terms of lap time. You know, this is probably what they're trying to do. Make Loverink lose his tires a bit. They're going to manage their race. They're going to run what they know what they can do. Keep things within their control. And yeah, just going to see what they can do. I say that, and then Loverink just sets his fastest lap of the race. Belanger looking for an opportunity. Easton right in there as well. Larson got a little bit of a gap there with these two battling. Now this will be interesting. You know, they're running a second slower to 2.5 slower. A little bit of contact between Belanger and Clifford there. Nothing too egregious. I'd just say that's a racing incident. A little bit of bump. But I think this is where things are going to start to get interesting. You see, Loverink is still working to set some crazy fast laps there. These guys are now tussling. Larson is going to get away a little bit. He's now 1.5 faster this last lap, or 1.5 ahead. So it's going to be about 1 second faster than these guys this lap because they're battling it out. And that last lap will put them back in the 1 second back instead of 1.5 seconds. Clifford going for that defensive line on JP Belanger here, and it looks like it'll do him well. Great defending by Clifford there, just holding that inside line. And Larson still able to pull away just a little bit by little. 8 laps into the race, still have an hour of racing left to go. Belanger and Easton now side by side. Ooh, and a little bit of contact there between Easton and Belanger. And I wonder there looked to be some contact between those two. I wonder if Easton's just going to give that position back. Doesn't look like he's going to. Oh, wow. A big hit. It looks like a mistake from Easton there as he locks right in. It was actually a big mistake. Looks like he maybe lost traction, but just turned right into him. Easton with the inside line. Somebody's going to have to give here. They go too wide, and Cheetah. Belanger is run wide. Wow, that's some incredible side-by-side racing there. A little bit rude, I'm not going to lie, in my opinion, from Easton's standpoint. I'm not sure what'll come of that as we look later into the race. Flores now leading the semi-pro division. Dubé and Landry right behind Collis. Looks to have had a big incident of sorts. Let's drop back now. May have not have been a big incident, but I don't think it was too bad. I'm gonna stand up for Easton on this one. Belanger races really hard, and if you're gonna get past Belanger, chances are he's gonna want to bump you in order to make you take that position. And yeah, it was a little bit rough. I may have given him the position back, coming up the hill, but it looks like we do have a little bit of contact between Larson and Belanger again there. But I know that there's going to be contact whenever you're trying to race with Belanger. Not because he's a bad driver either. It's just because he races hard. He's not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. And I think he just tagged him right back. So it happens. Clifford and Belanger also got tagged in there once as well. So it's just hard racing. Ooh, a little bit squirrely for Christian Landry. We can even go back and check that here. So they come side by side here. That's a little bit of a turn in from Belanger there. So I don't think it was that bad. Could have been, but I don't remember it being that bad. Looking in the rookie class, Swearingen takes the lead of the rookie class on Reed. Missed that exchange there. Reed now looking for an opportunity. Martin Mugarian and Louis Sands are now battling it out here in the back of the rookie division as they come down the mine shaft. Mugarian's getting close, just isn't able to get close enough to make a move. Oh yeah, I know what you were talking about ahead of time. But I'm saying it's going to go both ways. It's going to go both ways all race between those two. And speaking of those two, Belanger now within a second and a half goes for the inside line here at Crocodiles. Looks like that's going to be the position. And Belanger will take it back. Great move from Belanger. Just taking that inside line, really keeping it nice and clean. Now, looks like Easton's going to be on the back foot, if I had to guess. I think Belanger is going to try and pick up his pace here. And now without the battles to help Easton get in position to fight Belanger, I think Belanger is really going to take this one home. Already has a second. It's looking good for JP. Looks good, looks good. Dubé looking for that opportunity. Just isn't able to match the pace. Or maybe not even match the pace, but just isn't able to get the pace he needs in order to pass right here. And I think, folks, I think this is going to be the first water break. This is a good opportunity before anyone maybe thinks about making some pit stops or anything. Going to go grab a quick drink of water and going to go take a quick breather, and then I'll be back hopefully in about 10 minutes to bring some commentating on around when our pit stops should start to occur, and if I had to be a betting man. So I will be right back. I'll see you guys in a bit. And we are back. Looking at some battles here. Shane Swearingen and Dustin Reed still battling it out here in the rookie class. Toe-to-toe as they come up to the spoon. It's been back and forth between these two drivers, making little mistakes here and there. It's been a while since we've had any major incidents, though. So that's a good thing. Don't want to see those incidents. Looking at the lap times too, Larson staying within a second when it comes to lap times to Skylar Loverink. Pretty much matching that 1 second gap in lap times almost exactly. Almost guarantee Larson's going for a zero stop race. And it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. If Loverink does decide to go for some tires, that's a 30-second pit stop plus the time it takes to taxi into your pit box. That means that he's going to have to get back quite a few seconds. You know, Larson 23 seconds. We're halfway through the race now. Loverink, with the lap times that he's doing, he's going to have to make a pit stop. There's just no ifs, and, or buts about it. But Loverink is sitting 23 seconds. That is almost a whole pit stop for fuel back. He's got that gap to Larson behind. So, I mean, it's probably going to be about 20 seconds between Larson and Loverink. And if we're thinking a second a lap, that's 20 laps to get back to Larson. Plus, he's got to make the pass. And who knows, Larson could be on some really rough tires at that point. So we'll have to see how that pans out. Easton into the pits along with Landry. Both of them opting to do their pit stops now. JP Belanger now moves ahead of Easton and Landry there. Clifford has yet to make a pit stop. A few other drivers have made it their pit stop. Patrick DeBow, Carlos Flores, Belanger, Louis Sands have made their pit stops. Clifford now 2 seconds behind Christopher Larson. Can you hear me now? I should be back now. And just so you know, I did leave just a moment to get some water. With how long this race is, I've been opting to just take a quick water break here and there. No, no, I don't do that. I'm not that cool. Looking at some of these lap times here. Swearingen goes a little bit wide there. 42 of Louis Sands' stop-go penalty is cleared. Speeding in the pits, or that's probably a speeding in the pits. Are we having issues with my mic? Like test 1 2. Can you hear me? That's actually a good question. Um, Rodman has yet to make a pit stop. Okay, perfect. Glad you can hear me. Rodman now tentatively leads the semi-pro category. He hasn't made a pit stop yet. Probably, it could be a possibility he's looking to get a bit of a tire delta, pitting a little later into the race. Easton's pit stop actually puts him behind Flores as well. Interesting. I wonder if he made a mistake. Now looking to get ahead of Along. First car he's going to have to tackle. I think, you know what happened, the pit stops for fuel, they don't take the 25 seconds for fuel. Yeah, because Flores' pit stop was 18 seconds. That means Easton must have gotten tires and filled up on fuel. Yeah, I think the tires were definitely maybe not the go. I don't know if that was made clear to the drivers ahead of time that it wouldn't be 25 seconds for the pit stops. Now Easton going to chase him down. Christian Landry, he's made his pit stop. Larson is now almost 30 seconds back. Patrick DeBow having to go for another pit stop. Oh, he took a pit stop, I think, early in the race. Shane Swearingen spins out there at the end of turn 4. Looks like his car is in rough shape there. But he is out of the way. Ooh, that's a dangerous part. Dangerous time when a driver was coming to flip everything around there. Jonathan Clifford just came through. Larson just holding on, barely holding on. We've got 33 seconds left, or 33 seconds. What am I talking about? We've got 33 minutes left in the race. 24 laps have already gone by. We've got quite a bit of racing left to do. Easton now looking to take on Flores. Looking at Rodman's times compared to Flores. Rodman's actually slightly quicker right now. That's going to be an interesting metric to see. Bit of an off-track warning there coming Easton's way. Patrick DeBow, after making his second pit stop. And a great performance from Dustin Reed today in that rookie category. Currently sitting 10th overall. Granted, he has yet to make a pit stop, but looking really, really great in that semi-pro division, or looking really, really great in that rookie division right now. Oh no, and Patrick DeBow hits the wall there at the S's. Oh, that was a hard hit too. Swearingen's gonna move ahead there. Easton moves ahead of Flores through turn 1. Swearingen, another mistake from him, hard to tell. No sign of those leaders pitting just yet. Christian Landry, though, moving up into Carl Mauer's territory here. Mauer has yet to make a pit stop. Landry running actually some incredibly quick laps right now. Last lap he was faster than all of the leading drivers with a 41. He'll move ahead of Mauer fairly easily there. I think Mauer knows that that's not his battle. Landry continues to move up the field. Loverink now opting to make his pit stop as Larson now comes down the mine shaft. Now, this is where it's going to be tricky to tell where everyone will come out. Loverink in the pits. Larson coming through Cheetah. Loverink is going. And now I think Larson knows it's his time to push as Loverink comes out of the pits right behind both him and Clifford. Clifford also doing some sort of saving sort of message here, or saving plan here, or strategy. I'm at a loss for words today for some reason. Loverink sits now 5 seconds behind Larson, who has yet to make a pit stop. Larson is now going to be looking for an opportunity to set some fast laps. He's been saving these tires. He's been managing his fuel for this whole race. Now there's 28 minutes left to go. He's going to have to give it his all if he wants to stay ahead of Loverink. Now, remember, Loverink also was the faster driver here throughout all of free practice and qualifying. So even if Larson's going at his top pace right now, if Loverink can set some fast laps, I mean, he's going to be right on Larson's rear bumper within a matter of laps here. 27 and a half minutes left to go. Now, Larson does have to make it through 2 drivers here, so it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. Going back to Landry here, he's going to go on the inside of Reed. Reed's going to give him the space, I believe. And they get a little bit close into turn one there, but Reed is actually not really going to give him as much space as maybe Landry would have hoped for, but Landry will move up into P10 overall, now chasing down Matt Lung. Sean Collis having made his pit stop now right behind Glenn Pinio. Looking to possibly make a move here. Maurer getting close to Reed. Maurer has yet to make a pit stop. Loverink is getting very close to Clifford here this last lap as they come through the spoon. And now Loverink within a second. Looking now for an opportunity to overtake. Larson has yet to, and Larson and Clifford have yet to really pick up their pace. With 25 minutes left to go, still running in the 42s. A lot of the drivers behind are running much faster. Loverink still looking for that opportunity. Hasn't been able to find it yet, but he is sitting right now almost a full second faster than Clifford ahead. And now they come down the hill. I think Clifford is sitting far enough ahead. He should be fine. Loverink does look on the inside though, and Clifford's going to do a good job of closing that off. Larson will live another day. But notably, Larson and Clifford, the gap between those two isn't changing throughout the whole lap. These guys are running very similar lap times right now. Clifford's actually just slightly faster than Larson, and it's not looking good at the moment as Loverink moves into the inside there to make a move on Clifford, and it looks like he's going to get that. Looks like he's going to get that done nice and easy. Into turn one. Clifford trying to hold to the rear end of Loverink here. Maurer, Pinio, Collis are all getting close together with Dustin Reed kind of being the bottleneck there. Now some lap traffic gonna throw a wrench into everyone's day. As the lap car gets out of the way for our lead drivers. Goes a bit wide there. See Loverink dipping his toes both into the curbing there. I think that's usually okay at that point of the track. Now Larson is going to be under pressure here. Loverink running a whole second faster on the last lap. It's, I think, only a matter of time. We're going to move back to Maurer, Pinio, Collis, all filing in behind Dustin Reed here. Looking at Rodman's times too, running a 43.7. Next driver behind him is Carlos Flores in the same class. 43.3 is his lap time. So all Rodman has to do now is just hold the position. I don't think Rodman really needs to make a pit stop. But I think he's got enough time that he could if he wanted to. Martin Mugarian close to Shane Swearingen. This is for a podium in the rookie class. He's come through the S's. Can Mugarian get close in the braking zone? Continues to put on the pressure. Maurer now into turn one, isn't able to make a move. Loverink now within a second as they go into turn one. Now it's down to Larson to defend like his life depended on it. Now I don't think he has to worry too much about Loverink in terms of championship points. Maybe he's doing this for himself here because he knows he's got the buffer he needs. JP Belanger moves ahead of Rodman there. As they come down the hill, we'll see if Loverink makes a move. I think he's going to go to the inside here. He doesn't seem to be able to. Larson has not pit yet. Loverink looking on the inside, isn't going to make a move there. But now he's going to have the run going down to turn one. Like I said, Larson yet to make a pit stop. Looking on a little bit of phasing from Larson there. But interestingly enough, unable to make a move. Looks like Larson deployed some DRS. And now we've got this lap traffic. These three are in a battle. Well, actually, these four are in a battle. Pinio on the inside takes Maurer. Oh, almost definitely. Now this is a dicey part of the race here because all of these cars are battling for position here within their own respective classes. Maurer now opting to let these guys by as Loverink looks on the inside. Oh, it gets really squirrely there. He was looking on the inside, but he didn't end up making the move stick because of all the lap traffic. And they go side by side. A little bit of a rude move from Loverink there. And Larson's just going to push him wide, exactly how it happened to him. But Loverink's going to get the better run out of it. And now Loverink will take back the lead of the race with 16 minutes 45 seconds left to go. Now Larson's just going to be trying to manage for the rest of the race. Glenn Pinio finally gets first driver to get ahead of Dustin Reed there. And now has got the lead drivers behind. Just working to let them by. Ooh, and that's Clifford. That's Clifford getting caught up with the other drivers there. Now, I looked at that. I was seeing that. I don't know. That was a tough one to call. They were side by side. Probably should have let them by earlier on. But that was a tricky place to go side by side. Looks like Clifford maybe understeered a bit into the driver. That is a bit unfortunate. That's incredibly unfortunate for Clifford. Sean Collis looking on the inside of Carl Maurer now. They go side by side to Cheetah. And Collis is just going to squeak out behind him. Not going to go too wide there. Knows how difficult that can be. Landry now getting close to Lung for a podium position in the semi-pro category. Yep, pitting is not mandatory in this race. You know, when we do these Crown Jewel race, pitting is actually never mandatory from my experience. But given how long the race is, generally people will have to make a pit stop. Generally. Now, when you get a madman like Larson, he's going to try and make something work. Plus, if your lap times are not maybe to the same level as Loverink and Larson, you know, when you're going full out, if you're running in the lower lap times, you're probably actually going to be okay with a full set of fuel in the car. Since you're not pushing the car as much, you're not using as much fuel, and it looks like Lung just takes it a little bit wide there, and Landry is going to take the position. That is a podium position for Landry in this last race. Excuse me, Maurer gets overtaken by Collis here. So as it sits right now, 13 and a half minutes left to go. We've got Loverink in the league, Larson behind, Clifford in third place in our pro category. In our semi-pro category, we've got Rodman taking our lead position with Flores and Landry rounding out the rest of the top three. And in our rookie division, we've got Reed, Detmeyer, and Swearingen in our podium positions. Rodman yet to make a pit stop. I'm guessing he's on one of those lower fuel maps. He has yet to make a pit stop, and he's running fairly close to Flores when you consider the lap times that they're running. It's actually really close when you consider the lap times that they're running. Dustin Reed now has got the pressure behind him of Sean Collis. Pinio has yet to be able to really break the influence of Dustin Reed here. To come down the start-finish straight. And Reed makes a mistake there into turn 4. Tricky part of the track, especially with your tires, with Reed's tires, which are probably gone at this point. Reed makes a mistake. They're going up the hill. That'll inherit the position to Collis Maurer and Patrick DeBow behind. Still leading the rookie class, though. Collis now right behind Glenn Pinio as they come through the spoon. Everything's kind of evened out here. We've got 10 minutes left. About half of the field has made a pit stop. Half the field has not made a pit stop. Reed now making a pit stop. Must have been some major damage after leading the race for so long. Has to make a pit stop. Maybe his tires had blown out or something. I have no idea what went on there, but has to make a pit stop so late into the race now, only less than 10 minutes left to go, and has to give up his podium position in order to make that pit stop. Detmeyer inherits the lead. Swearingen and Mugarian will round that out. Maurer now getting close to Sean Collis, with Clifford right behind. Maurer gets a little bit off-road excursion there. We'll let Clifford by. Maurer and Collis just aren't able to really make any impact on each other here in the final closing laps. Tires are in rough condition, I can only imagine. Loverink with a bit of a off-road excursion there. Had a bit of an issue there, but still 6 seconds ahead of Larson. Rodman still doing well, having yet to make a pit stop. With 6 minutes left too, I don't think he's going to. And plus he is running much faster. Now last lap a second faster than Carlos Flores, who's P2 behind. He's got quite the substantial gap there. Shouldn't have to worry too much. Collis and Maurer back up to the tail of Glenn Pinho here for position in class. Stop-go penalty for Reed. Must have been an off-track, too many off-tracks for Dustin Reed. Stop-go 30 penalty is cleared. That is unfortunate for Reed to get that penalty, especially after making a mistake the lap before. A little bit squirrely on that exit for Sean Collis. And he's on the newer tires here. I think Maurer's really struggling with his tires behind. Maurer has yet to make a pit stop. Less than 5 minutes in the race. Half of the field has not made a pit stop for this race, which in my opinion is incredible. I did not expect that many drivers to not make a pit stop. I find that incredible. But you're seeing drivers out there really making it work. Rodman has made it work. Drivers like, Christopher Larson, Jonathan Clifford, Dubé, all of them doing an excellent job for not having made a pit stop yet in this race. They come up the hill. Looking at the track map right now, we see the 52 of Loverink turning the final corner with 3 minutes 30 seconds left in the race. I think we should have 2 laps. I think 2 laps left in this race for our drivers, if I did that math correctly. Now, yeah, it could be 3 laps, but I'm pretty sure it's 2 laps given where he is on the track right now. Patrick DeBow getting into this as well. Ooh, deep first corner for Pinho there. Very deep first corner for Pinho, and doesn't get a good exit going towards Sunset. Now Sean Collis looking for an opportunity, goes on the inside line a little bit here. He's going to get a better exit, and Pinho is gone. Oh goodness. We've lost half of the field. We just lost half of the back half of the field there. We lost 5 drivers, 6 drivers, 4 or 5 drivers right there. A mass disconnect? What in the world just happened? I've never seen that ever. Maurer. We lost Maurer. We lost Pinio. We lost... Who else was in the back there? I mean... Oh my goodness. We lost Augustine Detmeyer. It was like all these drivers in a row. So 1, 2, 3 right there. Those 3 drivers we lost in the same instant. And I'm almost certain there was one more. As DeBow looks on the inside of Collis, that is incredible. We'll have to see what happened there at the end of the race. Maybe we get a word in the chat about what just occurred. Let me know. Let me check this chat right now. It looks like Pinio is not even in the. Looks like Pinio's not even in the race radio right now. Augustine Detmeyer is still in the radio. I'm gonna see if I can get a word from him. Let's see if I can get word from him before this race ends. 16 drivers still left on track, though. Collis and DeBow are the closest battle we've got going on here. We've got no time left, and Lovering did just cross the line, so we're going into the 3rd lap from when I said we got 2 laps left. This is the final lap of the race. Battle between Collis and DeBow here for the last positions in the semi-pro category, and it does appear that our good friend our good friend Dale Rodman Jr. is just a lap away from experiencing his first ever win in the championship. That is absolutely incredible work for him. Don't want to discount it just yet, and Collis looks like letting DeBow by, giving him the space to make that move. Looking at the drivers, trying to see if there's anyone else I can remember that that we lost at that moment. Gonna have to see it at the end. Well, as this battle continues, let's head to the leader of the race, the one who has been showing a masterclass. Yes, other people did lose connection to the server, but Skylar Loverank, rounding the final turn, will come away with the Crown Royal victory in his Honda. Larson now turns that final corner. Maybe could have worked in another instance there, but Larson coming away with a P2 finish. Clifford now crossing the line here shortly. Matt Lung will cross the line with, I believe, Clifford being the next driver to cross the line in P3. We've got a few other drivers here. Patrick DeBow will win versus Sean Collis here. Other driver I want to check on here, Christian Dubé will cross the line. And JP Belanger will also cross the line. But I make fun of Rodman's bald head all of the time, but one cannot deny that this has maybe been one of his best seasons, if not the best season he's ever raced in this league. Doing absolutely incredible job, just management comes away with a win in class for that Crown Royal. No pit stops needed for Dale Rodman Jr. Easton across the line now. Flores and Landry still to cross the line. Lynch right in front of Flores here. Swearingen will come away with a victory here as well. As Swearingen crossed the line, he's going to get a win. I think that might be his first one. Adam Lynch now crossing the line with Flores in front. Christian Landry right behind. Dustin Reed still in the pits from the incursions that occurred with the stop-go 30 penalty and all. But interesting things that happened there. For Maurer's sake, we lost like 3 drivers in whatever happened there. Pinio left. It was yourself, and it was Augustine Detmeyer. All 3 of you left at the same time. So there's Augustine Detmeyer now. Comes away. He's sadly just in the last parts of the race there, just won't come away on that on those lead laps. So unfortunate for him, and unfortunate for you as well. I hate to see that. Gonna have to review what happened there. But let me take off some of our overlays here. New fastest lap and win from, take off the overlay there, and we will return to the garage and look at our timetables for the race. Here we are. Actually, it looks like things are a little bit messed up here. Oh, we lost Mugarian as well. Another driver that we lost in that in that in that spike as well. I knew that there had to have been one more driver. But moving into the race, a congratulations to Lovering for coming away with that win. Larson and Clifford will round out the podiums for our Pro Division. Dubé, Belanger, and Easton, the rest of our Pro Division. Looking at our points standings as well, I believe that might be enough for Lovering to move ahead of Clifford in the championship standings. I don't know that for a fact, but with double points tonight, that gap between first and third is a lot wider than it is usually, and that might be a switch in our championship points there between Loverink and Clifford. Larson, though, I think with that P2 performance will maintain his lead. Rodman, with, like I said, an excellent performance this season. He is well deserved of the win for the semi-pro category. A masterclass of what you can do with strategy, I think, throughout the whole year. I think this is his second win this year. Most of it is just consistency when it comes to Rodman, making sure he doesn't get into trouble. He's been scoring consistently in the podiums, consistently top fives. Just an excellent season from him. Managed perfectly. Loved to see that happen, and he made every race, so he makes sure to get all the points from just making those races as well. Behind him, though, Flores will come away with P2 with Landry right behind. Lung, DeBow, Collis. Pinio and Maurer with that disconnect. Very unfortunate for them, but they were having some decent races before that. They will come away to round out the rest of the semi-pro category. Last but not least, our rookie division, Shane Swearingen will get his first ever victory due to that disconnect of Detmeyer. Will come away in P1 with Lynch and Reed right behind. Another podium for Lynch in the last 3 rounds this season. Excellent job from him for keeping clean, keep it consistent. And then Detmeyer and Mugarian, after having the issue with the disconnect, will come away in the last couple positions. I don't think that's enough, though, for Detmeyer to lose the championship. I think he will still come away with that championship win. Well deserved. It's been an excellent season from him. Looking forward to seeing what all those drivers do in upcoming seasons. Looking for that improvement and hoping for some good racing. in seasons to come. So anyway, though, folks, that's all I have for you today. It's been an excellent season 15. That is the end of season 15. It's been an absolute pleasure. I think this is actually the first season I've been able to make every single race and broadcast it for you guys all to see. So it's been my pleasure to do that. And if you're interested in getting involved in Zealous Racing League, in some capacity. We are looking for help anytime. We're also looking for drivers if it's something you're interested. Be sure to join our Discord. There's a link on the homepage of our YouTube channel. On the Discord, that's where you can find the most up-to-date information on all of our upcoming leagues. We also, like I said, if you're into IndyCar, do not sleep on joining that Discord. We've got something really cool in the works, and would really love to see a lot of cars out there for that IndyCar special event thing that we're going to be managing. So, some really cool things that are happening uh, out there on the Discord. We'd love to have you, and if you're interested in joining and helping out, we've got plenty of opportunities to do that. You know, uh, Next season I actually do plan on racing. So if you're interested in possibly doing some broadcasting, uh, give us a holler. Give us a holler. So, anyway, guys, thank you again so much for all of your support. It's been an excellent season here. Season 15, definitely one to remember. Um, Looking forward to some more zealous racing in the future. Stay tuned. There's going to be more information on upcoming leagues shortly. But for now, we'll give our drivers a much needed break. My name is Shim. I've been your host for this season and for this night. It's been my pleasure. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Peace.